Welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Live Duel. Today we have Floowandereeze versus Spright. We see the Pepega Dog Punch mat on the right side over here, as well as the Albaz and Sean, once again, with his Bandai Field Center. Just shuffling up real good, waiting for the time to start. Getting up the dice here. Before we get into the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know who you think down in the comment section who's going to win. So you see Floowandereeze is going to win the die roll here and going to start off. We see a shifter in the standby phase. And then activation of a map. Map effect is going to activate here, revealing the Rabina, pretty much full combo here. Banishing the Eaglin and being able to immediately normal summon that Rabina. Activate the effect, chaining the Eaglin here, adding it to hand, searching for the barrier statue, then getting the normal summon immediately for the Eaglin, activating the effect here, getting out most likely the M-Pen here to hand, normal summoning off those into the M-Pen here, getting the chain link 1 of M-Pen, chain link 2 Rabina, adding the field spell, and getting another immediately normal summon here, which can most likely be the barrier statue. Going to set 2 cards here and pass. Most likely going to be the trap here. We're going to activate Dark Balloon or more during the main phase. Barrier statue means nothing if its effects are negated. Activate the light stage here. And our opponent here asks what the light stage does. What light stage does is, on activation, you can add the Trickstar card from deck to hand, or Trickstar monster from deck to hand. And then you can also activate the effect after the card resolves to target one spell or trap on the field. And it cannot be activated. It can change to the activation, but it cannot be activated. And so here, we're going to target that back row. He's going to chain the Dreaming Town, normal summoning the Rabina here, adding the Eaglin, searching for the Toucan, summoning the Eaglin, searching most likely for the Apex Avion here, summoning the Toucan, adding back the trap card, then normaling out the Apex Avion here for a negate as well. Very, very huge. But forcing out that trap card is very, very efficient for us. We ask what he has in hand, and he shows us 3 cards, and then he has 1 unknown as well as 1 set. And a monster negate, and shifters live. We're going to normal summon the Carabane here. Not the Carabane, the Lilybell. Which is why we did not activate the effect here. But it is a level 2. And here we're going to activate the effect of blue, inherently summoning it. Activating the effect, it's going to respond to with Imperm. Just nothing you can really do there. Overlaying the Sky Cavalry. Trying to force out that Zeus. Entering the battle phase, beating over the statue. Dark Balloon more is being applied so you don't take any battle damage. Making the Zeus over here in defense position. And I believe we're going to pass. We don't want to do that during their turn because it's just going to get negated. You'd rather wait till the normal summon. Or the effective map, but we know that they have multiple cards in hand, so we're just going to pass. You see a duality be activated here. Seeing duality, Eaglin as well as Rabina. I'm going to add the duality. Already having both of the birds in rotation, no need for it. in an attempt to enter battle phase, and on attack declaration here, we're forced to Zeus. Very, very smart play. You can't do it during damage style, so you can't, attempt for that M-Pen to banish. So Zeus is going to activate on battle deck. It's going to be chained, and then we're going to chain once again the Zeus. Apex Avion is going to go back to hand, though. Main phase 2, we're going to see a normal summon of the Rabina, activate the effect. Hitting the Spright here. Normally Spright, banishing the field spell, Toucan, adding it back, summoning the Eaglin, summoning all the monsters today. Getting out probably the second M-Pen, yep. Going for the M-Pen, with just lower monsters. Searching for what's most likely going to be the wins. What a beautiful card that is. And here I believe we just concede. It's also summoning out the Apex Avion here, setting a trap, activating the wins, playing the map, and then using the effect, returning 2, drawing 2, setting another card, and pass. So now they have a interruption, a use of our monster. We're going to see a normal summon of a beaver, and his map is not going to resolve to this. So beaver going to summon another one out from the deck. And it looks like we're just wondering. I don't see this as winnable for the Spright player here. There's too much that Floowandereeze has. We're going to see going to a gigantic here, which is just going to get negated. Maybe hoping that, it doesn't. I don't really know. In defense position here. Going to activate the effect. Here we're going to see it being negated, and we're just going to scoop it up. Interesting that the Spright player decided to play it out there. I guess under Dark Blue no more you have hope, but they have the trap. You just know that they're going to be able to continue. You maybe just think not to reveal your deck and just instantly scoop, but will not know what they're thinking. I'm going to see D-Barrier here. Two D-Barriers being added to the main deck here. Very interesting. Or it doesn't look like that. He doesn't look like he's changing anything in the main deck. Taking out a duality. As well as, I think, was that a DD Crow? For I can only possibly believe was a Twin Twisters, You really need those cards going second, If your opponent has floodgates, it's very, very hard to come back. Here we're going to see Spright going to go first. We're going to see Standby Phase, another D-Shifter, very, very strong. Light Sage being activated here, activating the effect this time, which is going to resolve, searching for the Lilybell. Which means Lilybell here is going to be able to special summon herself. A very free level 2 extender, as well as, Light Stage being an amazing card. And here we're going to see Pot of Prosperity being activated for 3. Mystic Mine, Terraforming, and the blue being, the cards of choice here. Quick grab of blue. Blue effect's going to be able to activate. Searching for the jet. Jet effect's going to be able to activate here and get the starter out. Here we're going to overlay for what I can only, so a gigantic. Activate the effect, it's going to get ogred, but ogre cannot activate here due to the fact that it has to send a graveyard. So your ogre's going to resolve summoning out a swap. It looks like Swap Frog was going to be a monster summoned out, but unfortunately, it doesn't do very much. Sorry if you guys can hear the Discord notifications there. Summoning Swap Frog but not being able to activate the effect is very, very bad. Activating the swap effects to return itself to hand for future turn, setting 3 cards and then passing. D-Shifter is really good. You see another D-Shifter draw for turn. During the standby phase, we're going to reveal Smashers as well as Frog. We're going to see a Shifter, Apex Avion, and they're just going to scoop it up. And I realize they can't win with that hand. And moving on to game 3. I find it very interesting how a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! These days, you don't actually play out the turns. You make your board and then your opponent either breaks it or Dark Ruler No Mores and tries to break it. And you scoop. When I was playing in the regionals, actually, my first 2 rounds, the winner of the rounds didn't even actually make and do any damage. I just scooped when I couldn't win and they just scooped when they couldn't win. It just shows you that Yu-Gi-Oh! Is very, very different than it used to be. And you're just it's not even faster because your turns take longer. Back and goat format, which you're going to see on the channel very soon. Spoiler alert. Your turns go really, really quickly. You just pass back and forth and you play a bunch of games. But now it's completely different. It takes longer, but you're not actually doing as much. No interaction anymore. It's just break my board format. How many interruptions can I make? We're gonna see that Floowandereeze here is gonna start off first. We're going to see another Shifter in the standby phase. Insane. Activating the Extravagance here. Choosing 6, obviously, drawing 2 cards. Pot of Greed for free. We see an Eaglin and a Shifter here. Or Eaglin and a D Crow. Duality, broken card. World doesn't agree with us, but I don't really care. Card's cracked. It is definitely a win more, though. We're seeing a normal summon of a Spree, banishing the Shifter. Normal summon of the Eaglin. If we get double Shifter here, I'm not going to be impressed at all. We're seeing M-Pen being searched. Going for the M-Pen, activating the effect here. Chaining both of them, add them back to hand. Getting out most likely the trap card. He's going to activate Advent. He's going to add Dreaming Town here, yeah. And you go to immediately normal summon, It is just a local, so we don't really care, making them learn what the cards do. Very, very good here. We're going to see a Robina being normal summoned, and here we're going to see the Barrier Statue being normal summoned as well. We're going to see a set 2 and a pass. We're going to draw for turn here. I don't believe the Spright player is playing any hand traps. They're playing all board breakers. So they're not really worried about, what your opponent's doing in their turn. We're going to see the Storm being activated here. And standby phase. In main phase, we're going to see a Lightning Storm being activated. 2 very powerful Storms activated this turn. Getting rid of that board is quite a feat. Then I'm just going to set 2 and normal summon the Carrot here. Here we're going to see a Dreaming Town being activated here. That was the point of the Carrot. Attempting to enter the battle phase was, key to flip that trap card. Eagles being normal summoned. Adding the Ryza, normal summoning the Robina. Activating those effects to get out the Toucan. Toucan is going to add the Dreaming Town to hand. Or adding the M-Pen to hand. Probably realizing that Ryza cannot activate here. There's no cards in graveyard. And so here we're going to see a normal summon of the Lord and Savior M-Pen. Let's go. Activating the effect of Toucan to add himself back, and then searching for the beautiful Unexplored Winds. Here going to enter battle phase once again, and Carrot's going to crash into the Spree here. Going to pass our turn, and we're going to see a Winds being played on the field. And then we're going to see a Ryza being summoned off of the starter, as well as the Robina. Right here is going to activate the effects, targeting both of those. Here we really should chain the card. They're both Spright starters. So we really should, unfortunately, chain it. But we choose not to for some reason. Definitely a misplay here. You definitely chain that starter there to that Ryza is targeting in our spell and trap card zone. To summon out the blue to get Jet onto the field in defense position, you really, really need to get the bodies on the field as well. Here it looks like it's going to be game for here. We're going to see Star Starter being activated in the standby phase, chaining the D barrier here. Getting out the blue effect's going to activate here. Getting out the, actually going to get impermed. Special summon the red, special summon the Jet from our hand, activating the effect here. Searching for the starter once again. Here we can't make an XYZ because we're under the D barrier, as well as you can't make a link because the M-Pen. Maybe we should have gotten Smashers here and banished the M-Pen. Misplay number 2 from our part. And here we're just going to scoop it up, giving the victory here to Floowandereeze. We definitely made too many misplays. I wouldn't say it's unwinnable, but, sometimes you make misplays like that, and Floowandereeze had, cards cracked all the time. Well played for the Floowandereeze guy. And yeah, congratulations. We'll see you in the next one.